welcome to the Disney News Show. Here's your host, CruellasFurCoat.
Yes, this is the Disney News Show. I am Joe Worthington, aka CruellasFurCoat, and this is episode 52 for Sunday, the 4th of November 2012. And what a mega week it has been here in the Disney community. It's been a crazy week. We have had one of the biggest announcements, certainly the biggest announcement since I've been really a Disney fan, the biggest announcement since I've been doing the show, the biggest thing I'm to talk about on Disney News Show, and it's something that really was so unexpected. And if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, then where have you been in the last few days? And it is, of course, that Disney has acquired Lucasfilm, the major motion picture studio who created Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Both those franchises, Disney now owns the entire company, and they purchased it on Tuesday, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about today. And I'll be getting kind of to grips with the whole thing. I'm going to give you all the information that I know about this, giving you my thoughts, and so that's really what the basis of today's show is going to be about. And I'm actually really pleased that something like this did happen this week, because it's been a really slow week for Disney News. Not much has been happening, probably because all the focus has been, all the attention has been focused on this big mega announcement that really took everyone by shock. Everyone is shocked, everyone is surprised, that no one really knew it was going to happen. But yeah, so I think the biggest piece of Walt Disney World news that I would have had would have been that the valet parking at the Walt Disney World resorts has increased by $3 from $12 to $15. So I know that's pretty exciting, really, but I can't spend too long on that because we've got the whole thing about Lucasfilm. It has happened this week, and I just can't wait to find out more about this, but let's get started. So this happened on Tuesday night, this past Tuesday, October 30th, and pretty normal night, pretty normal day. I wasn't really doing much. I think I'd just finished watching Halloween Town High. Of course, it was Halloween this week, and I was watching Halloween Town High on Disney Channel, and I went on Twitter. It's around 8 PM, I think, when I found out, and when it was kind of properly announced. I think I was about 10 minutes behind everyone else finding out. Well, people who found out first. I went on Twitter and I saw a link. It was just like someone just put Disney acquires Lucasfilm. First of all, I just kind of thought, oh, is it some joke? Maybe it's something to do with Disney XD, with the whole Star Wars, Clone Wars kind of thing, or what was it about, Star Tours, something like that, maybe. I really did not think it was going to be the whole big thing about them actually acquiring the company. So I clicked on the link, I read it through, and I was amazed. I was absolutely blown away. I really did not believe it for quite a while. And then I was looking through Twitter, I was looking on Facebook and stuff, and it was just everywhere, and it was just the whole social network, Disney social network community and all that, and everything, were just going crazy, and everyone was going mad, and it was great. And I actually managed to switch on they were doing a conference call. I managed to get about the last 20 minutes of the conference call, which was great, and I actually managed to hear it all live, and I'll tell you all the details of that in a minute. But so it was just a mega, and probably the biggest thing, since I've been a really big Disney fan, probably the biggest thing to happen over the past, biggest announcement really over the past few years. And so yeah, so that is how it all happened. And on the conference call there was Bob Iger, and was it Jay Rasulo? I think he was on there as well. And they were just people were talking to their questions and answers and kind of thing. But possibly the biggest thing that has kind of come out of this is that Disney will now be producing a whole new Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars Episode 7 will be coming out in 2015, followed by Episodes 8 and 9 every 2 or 3 years later on. So this is really big news for Star Wars fans, for just Disney fans, for movie fans. This is really big news. And personally, I have to admit, right now, I'm going to say it, I have never seen Star Wars. I've never seen a second of it. I have never been into the whole Star Wars thing. I've never been into Indiana Jones. I've never seen any of them movies. And for me, really, Lucasfilm's kind of passed me by. It's never been a big part of my life. I know the prequel trilogy came out in the early 2000s, and but really I was never into it. I never really went and saw the movies. Well, I didn't go and see the movies, and I think this is a great opportunity for me personally, and I think for anyone else who's a Disney fan who maybe hasn't embraced Star Wars, who hasn't embraced Lucasfilm, to get a chance to kind of to get into this community and get into the fan bases, because it has this humongous fan basis. I mean, the fan base of Star Wars is one of the biggest in the world, and we know that through the things. And Disney does things for the Star Wars fans. Of course, there's Star Wars weekends and stuff at the theme parks, and we'll get into theme parks in a minute. I don't want to rush ahead here, but yeah. So personally, I haven't seen them, but I'm really looking forward now to getting a chance to watch these movies and really to get into the fandom and to really, as I said, embrace the movies. So that is great news for me. And so George Lucas has been speaking. He's been speaking for a few years now about retiring from the company. He wanted to leave the company to go and pursue his own movies. I think he wants to make some movies still in his retirement. So he is leaving the position of CEO, and he will be still on as a creative advisor, I believe. And so yeah, so George Lucas will still be involved. He'll still be there, but he won't be as involved, obviously, as he has been. And all the creative rights have been passed over to Disney, which is fantastic. And I don't think I mentioned yet, but Disney has paid $4.05 billion for the whole company, half in cash and half in Disney shares. So George Lucas will become a major shareholder of the Walt Disney Company. I think he is the second largest person who has got the most shares in the Walt Disney Company, which is mega. I keep saying mega. It's just so big. This whole announcement is so much. It's like so overwhelming, really, that it's hard to kind of express it. But yeah, so George Lucas will become a major shareholder in the Walt Disney Company. So yeah, so that is all happening there, and really, I think Disney has got this for a bargain price. I know people say, oh, $4.05 billion. How has Disney got that money to spend on this? But Disney is easily going to make this money back, and through everything such as Disney owns all the merchandise rights. Now think of all that merchandise from Star Wars, from Indiana Jones, that is produced all the time and people still buy it, and Disney now owns all this and they will get all the revenues from this. And if they're producing the three movies, Disney's easily going to earn back the $4 billion. Because I think I heard somewhere that the past three major Disney movies have each earned $1.5 billion, and so obviously if Disney's going to make the three Star Wars movies, then that is going to get them some mega money. So yeah, so that is great news there for the Walt Disney Company. And I want to talk a bit now about the previous purchases, or the previous acquisitions that Disney has made over the past 10 years or so. And first of all, we had, actually I'm not sure which way around this was, but we had both the Muppets and Pixar. Now, the Muppets and Pixar are were both studios that Disney had worked with previously. Obviously, all the Pixar animated features are produced by Disney, and Disney bought out Pixar as well as Muppets Studios in the early 2000s, and just both them companies have gone from strength to strength since Disney has been involved. I mean, look at the movies that were produced after Disney bought Pixar. We had Ratatouille, we had Up, we had Toy Story. We have WALL-E there as well. WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3. Obviously, Cars 2 and Brave didn't do so well, but still, it has been a fantastic acquisition, and I think all Pixar fans are happy that Disney did go ahead with that. Likewise, we then had Marvel, and Marvel was kind of an unusual choice, really, for Disney. Personally, that's what I feel like. I think it was 2009 that they acquired Marvel, and obviously the first movie came out this year. It was The Avengers, and it had rave reviews. Everyone went mad for it. It's one of the top grossing movies ever, and I just think it's incredible that Disney is behind this movie, and it's not kind of the territory that Disney is used to, superheroes, that kind of thing. I think Disney has made the right decision with Marvel through the fact that they are aiming at kind of the boys market rather than being always aimed at the girls. But personally, that movie did incredibly, and I think all Marvel fans were very, very satisfied with that movie. So I think Star Wars fans, I'm obviously, as not being a Star Wars fan, I can't really comment on what they would think at the moment, but I have a feeling that lots of people are going to be very happy with Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm. So so there we go, that's kind of what's happened over the past few years in terms of Disney's acquisitions. And so that is great stuff there, and I can only see there being positive outcomes to Disney's Lucasfilm acquisition. Next up, we have the whole issue of the theme parks. Now, I mentioned a bit before about Star Wars weekends, and that's really something that's happened over the past few years, since 2000 I think it was. But since, I can't remember, what was it, the 80s? The 80s, when Star Tours first came to Disneyland Park. And Star Tours is really, really an awesome attraction, and especially the new one, the Star Tours The Adventures Continue, is really, really awesome, and it's just a fantastic, fantastic ride, and it's a fantastic ride based on, obviously, the Star Wars franchise, and the fact that Disney has been involved with Lucasfilm in creating this really, really, really great, I'm trying to think of good superlatives. Great isn't a great one, but there we go. This great attraction that currently is now at Disneyland. It's at Disney Hollywood Studios, at Disneyland Paris, and I'm pretty sure it's at Tokyo as well. It's at those 4 parks, and really lots of people do really enjoy this attraction. So in the future, I can only see there being even better improvements to Star Tours and to any other Star Wars attractions that are going to come to the Disney parks. Now, there is also, on the basis of Star Wars, there are the Star Wars weekends at Disney Hollywood Studios, as I mentioned, and the fact that Disney already does these 4 weekends every year based on the Star Wars franchise, a franchise that is not even Disney's, really shows how much they really care about the franchise already, and how much effort they're willing to put into it, even when it wasn't their own franchise. And now that it is, it's just going to get even better. And I've heard people say they're so looking forward to Star Wars weekends next year. They happen in May every year, if you didn't know about them. And obviously, I personally, I've never been to a Star Wars weekend, and it wouldn't be my kind of thing at my current status as a Star Wars virgin. But let's move on, and Star Wars weekends, I can just see them getting better and better. We then have Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones, there are the 2 roller coasters at Disneyland Park and at Disneyland Park Paris as well. So California and Paris both have a Indiana Jones roller coaster, as well as the Indiana Jones stunt show. Is it called Stunt Spectacular, something like that? Which is at Disney Hollywood Studios. All fantastic attractions. I've never been on the California one, but from what I've heard, absolutely fantastic stuff, and I do love the Paris one. And I just think it's great that Disney already has this basis of theme park attractions that they're just going to build on, and I hope they do build on them, and that they don't leave them just to kind of grow old. But as we've seen with Star Wars The Adventures Continue, Disney is willing to invest more time and money into these attractions, and being a Disney fan, I've loved some attractions, even not being a Star Wars or an Indiana Jones fan. I've really been able to relate to them, and so it's great for anyone who is or isn't a Star Wars or Indiana Jones fan. I've said Star Wars and Indiana Jones so many times this episode, sorry about that, if you're just getting a bit repetitive, but there we go. So yeah, that is pretty much most of it, and I guess there's not much more to say, apart from that, for me, this has been an absolutely fantastic deal for Disney, and I would love to hear your views on it, really. Do you agree with what I've been talking about? Do you disagree? Have you got other ideas? Do you think there'll be a Star Wars land? I mean, that's what people keep talking about. Will Disney now, or a Lucas land, or something like that, will we see that coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios, or to somewhere else? I don't know. Personally, I think it'd be a good idea. And, oh, Also, I forgot to talk about Avatar Land. Avatar Land, what will be happening there? Because first thing that came to my mind was that scrap Avatar Land, get a Star Wars land in there. But I really think that Disney is going to go ahead with Avatar Land. For me, it's not a good choice. I really do not like the idea of Avatar Land coming to Animal Kingdom. But there we go. And I think that now that Disney has the rights to Star Wars, we will definitely be seeing more. But yeah, let me know what you think. And is it a good choice for Disney? Should they have gone with someone else? Do you think that George Lucas made a good decision with picking Disney for for the company to take over his company? It is his, obviously it's his. It's Lucasfilm. It's George Lucas. But did he make a good decision? Did he make the right decision? I think he did. That's my choice. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. So yeah, there we go. I think I've got in most of the important details, and so yeah, that is the biggest piece of news this week, that Disney has acquired Lucasfilm. Okay, so there's not really anything else I want to talk to you about today, apart from UK Blu-ray collectors. The Disney Blu-ray of Peter Pan, Disney's 14th classic, will be released on Blu-ray tomorrow. That is Monday the 5th of November 2012. It's just a bare bones release, like the previous Disney classic releases have been. There is just a single disc, there is no special features or anything, and so I won't be picking up that. But if anyone's interested in Peter Pan on Blu-ray, I believe it's the first country to get it, so there we go, it's going to be out tomorrow. I am actually heading over to Disneyland Paris today. I'm going to be there this week at Disneyland Paris, and so check out my Twitter and stuff like that, Twitter link down below. I'm at CruellasFurCoat for all the updates and stuff. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to broadcast next week's episode of the Disney News Show live from Disneyland Paris, so definitely check that out if you want to. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find a spot and we're going to be able to broadcast the episode live from either Disneyland Park or from somewhere else. I'm not too sure yet, but stick with me for that, and hopefully we'll get around to broadcasting next week's episode live from Disneyland Park. But yeah, so that is that. I'm so excited. Disneyland Paris tomorrow. No, well, today. So, I hope you enjoyed it. This has been episode 52 of the Disney News Show for Sunday the 4th of November 2012 for me, Joe Worthington, aka CruellasFurCoat. I hope you enjoyed it and that you will tune in for more Disney videos all the time here on my channel. Please don't forget to leave me any comments or questions or anything like that down below. I will try and respond to you guys with any questions that you ask me about Disney, about Lucasfilm, about anything I mentioned on the show today. So, I thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.